You said there's basically one answer for everything. What's that? What's that answer?
Well, the answer is everything you look at has its natural form of growth given its environment. Like we have no choice when the sun rises, like when the rivers flow, all of these, everything that we see is happening without anybody controlling it. It's where we think to control it and interrupt it and move it in a different way that we get our power and we get our misdirection from. So we're not in harmony with the natural flow of things, the circular flow of things. And so in our minds, we've been trained to recognize the linear movement through a data system that is forcing us in a debt pay reality, a future that is sold out. So we're not free to make the decisions in the moment and could never make a decision in the moment. And so we don't have any choice, nor could we ever have a choice. Everything follows the natural order and the natural flow. Like the sun rising, the rain coming, the rivers flowing, everything is a natural order. And so we realize we're part of that. And this is all the adventure of life. As human beings, we've got our own scenario, but we're struggling and with all of life for survival. And always the best way we can. So you can't hate. You can't take one side or the other, because both big fish eats a little fish, right? So we're just part of a singular motion in existence, and
A singular motion in existence.
yeah, moving in a circular path, right? And it's momentarily, it's all of everything, one grand whole total, and everything is moving as it has to. No leaf falls randomly. Every raindrop.
Hi.
Hey, come on in, David. That's good.
Hi, Arthur.
Yeah. There's a lot of this came through this character here.
Hi, Arthur.
Been a big influence on my life.
So, Arthur, David was just speaking his thoughts about the new world that we all dream of having. Any of your thoughts on like how to kind of solve what seems to be a crisis moment on Earth?
Patience. It all starts with patience. That's no matter how far you get in finding the resignment or peace of mind to not only survive in this world, but fix it, save it, make it better.
So fix it, save it, make it better. Okay, what's the first thing we do?
It starts with patience, because regardless of how far along we get in the other aspect, if you have patience, that's enough. Like, it's the maintaining of the sanity, and then heaven just happens naturally after that. So patience be with everyone.
So heaven happens naturally after patience.
Essentially, as far as all of humanity being taken to the brink of basically being asked to be perpetually insane for eternity, or risk the condemnation from a tyrant. And so it'll be easier when you see everyone else doing it around you. It's sort of, when it's done, people will say it happens simultaneously. And everyone will go, oh, that's what a miracle is. It's a natural consequence of a world becoming insane enough to figure out the way out, which is the pragmatic, magicless figuring it out. Like there's no arcane knowledge. It's just a tyrant that conned us. And so just to there's a point where self-awareness becomes normalized. Like it's not amazing. It's just, the truth is easy. It's just the lie on top that confuses things.
So self-awareness becomes normal.
Normalized, around the world. Like the capacity to hate leaves because everyone knows no one chooses to be crazy, and everyone knows that sin means insane. And then so like lying becomes redundant because everyone can tell if you're lying. Yeah. So patience be with us, because then there's like the tribulation thing, which is sort of the breeding ground for old stoic cowboys, because we've spent a long time embedding ourselves with psychopathic methods of survival. And if everyone turns good, then those methods of survival, we lose the ability to stomach, depending on them. And so it will seem like a religious thing, but it was really more of a revolutionary breaking of a spell. Like the people who invented the word divinity knew what they were talking about. And then we lost it, coincidentally somewhere around the Catholics' Inquisition, when they started burning everyone for suggesting humans weren't that special.
So what you're suggesting, not a religious movement, but
just an unlooked for swell of people becoming implicitly self-aware. And then it just, that like brains take care of it. Like we don't own our brains. If we see a truth and we ignore it, our brains will make us crazy. Like our brains have a intrinsic relationship with truth.
it's almost as if we've all, for the longest time, everyone has had their eyes covered, and so suddenly we're about to enter a moment where the people have decided, wait, I believe I can see, and they take off that mask that's covering them, their vision.
Well, patience be with us. Like it's like the ways that it comes about is just conjecture, speculation. Like just the next time someone starts raging at someone for making a bad choice, after you've had it suggested to you that it wasn't a choice, then every time that happens after that, you aren't wholeheartedly going in with the choice.
So no one's really chosen the path that seems everyone's stuck in.
No. The tyranny is a natural thing. It's almost the direct consequence of discovering fire.
And make everyone realize that they should stop feeling guilty because it wasn't their choice.
But very much so, and everyone else too. Like to drop the resentment and the hate and the spite, not for some dogmatic reason, but because those things are implicitly sophomoric, because no one in this magicless, pragmatic, objective universe actually chose to be stupid. And so, forgive them, for they know not what they do. That's sort of why forgive them. Yeah.
Thank you, Arthur.
Oh, no, that was a good one, actually.
One of the best, actually.
It sounds like you guys got a good half-hour video in here.
Yeah, Joe's been doing his job.
Yeah.
Now they come to balance.
And having new and rare meditations on mortality, because my good friend is having a conversation with the Reaper, let's say.
Yeah, we're coming close to the end, and I might see the world. I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but I'm here now. I haven't given up.
So maybe at the present time, you're actually in front of Parliament, I believe, or in front of Government House in Victoria with a sign. And what does that sign say?
The sign says, life divines towards its perception of peace it doesn't choose.
And how long have you been down there with that sign? And when do you go with that sign?
Since June 2004, so a year and a half. And been wearing a crown for about a year of that so far.
Okay, so please repeat that sign one more time.
Life divines towards its perception of peace. It doesn't choose. Watch any group of squirrels or anything and see why they're doing what they're doing, and then you will see that's exactly how we operate as well.
Okay, so maybe in language that most everyone would understand, what does that mean in English, please? Like to a 5-year-old. Say I'm 5 years old. I'm going, David, what are you talking about?
Oh, if I'm talking to a 5-year-old, I will say something like, there's this thing called craziness, and you see us, there's like 8 billion of us, and how it would depend if it was a really smart, wanting deep truth. Otherwise, I would just say, give them 2 questions. Do leaves fall randomly, and how many things are there? And then in those 2 questions is the face of God, that poetically, the nature of existence.
Thank you both for what you've been doing and will continue to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Good to chat.
Yeah.
Love you, Arthur.
Love you, Jonathan.
Love you, David. Love you, Vanessa. Okay, one last thing. Banker rushing water. What does that mean? You've been talking about banker rushing water for the longest of times. What's going on with banker rushing water?
Well, when you think of money and its control, when you compare it to water and its control, well, water comes out on top, floats, and the monetary system sinks, because water is the true economy. Like without water, the essence of our planet wouldn't support life. So to actually see the economy of water is to recognize the true economy of the earth. You take a water has a natural flow. It has banks, and you can has currency. You can move on it. And water is essential to our lives. We need water, and so when you look at the world economy, where water is being sold in bottles, you realize how fraudulent that is. 100 million bottles of water are sold every hour. There's a huge economy in water when they market it. And so they've taken its true state as a natural flow in existence and controlled it through its bottling and selling. And so everything is dependent on water. But they made us dependent on money in order to buy the water. We have to pay for everything. And so water, everything that's true of water is true in a natural order, whereas everything that's true of money is false in a false order. And so water is a true medium of exchange, and the Bank of Russian Water was the attempt that I made to create a bottle of water with a message on it, and the message would circulate into a community where they would realize whatever projects they needed to achieve could be done through the currency of water. And then it works. It will, if you contemplate it, you'll see that there's a working method there to change the economy from money to water, and that other one's washed up. they're finished. It's over. And that's the bank of Russian water in essence. But I mean, it's practical.
Yeah.
And it's doable.
Bella Coolis.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, David.
Anyway. Don't waste film.